You need to start supplementing vitamin D. Did you know during the pandemic that patients who are deficient in vitamin D had a higher increase of having to be ventilated, they had a higher mortality rate, and overall just a worse outcome? People like me with inflammatory bowel disease are oftentimes deficient in vitamin D. So the easiest way to improve your outcomes medically is to start supplementing vitamin D. The simplest way to check is to get a blood test that can check your vitamin D levels to see if you're deficient. Now, if you live anywhere like the UK and you don't supplement vitamin D, it's almost a certainty that you are deficient in vitamin D. So get online, find a good dose. I take 4,000 international units with some vitamin K2 mixed in, and you have those together and you start supplementing. Now, the thing is, it takes a little while for your vitamin D levels to actually start to increase because vitamin D gets deposited in your fat. So it takes a long time to build up your levels. And equally, once you've got high levels, it takes a long time to actually remove those levels because it takes a while for fat to come and go. So start supplementing your vitamin D today for a better tomorrow. I've been supplementing vitamin D for about 3 years now. I can actually show you my most recent vitamin D blood test to show you my levels. They're above average now, and I've been supplementing, like I said, for about 3 years. It did take a long while to get up there, but since I've been taking vitamin D, I've noticed I've been getting ill less frequently. When I do get ill, it's not as intensely. So I do, from my own experiences, I feel taking vitamin D has been a very valuable thing to do. And I just really want to share that with you. There was a doctor I followed during the pandemic who always spoke about the importance of vitamin D, and I'll run some of those clips now because I think what he says is really valuable about vitamin D.
Now, they point out deficiency of vitamin D limits the performance of systems in the body, resulting in increased spread of the diseases of civilization. Now, these are diseases like obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, and again, these do seem to be more common in areas where there's low vitamin D. Certainly, vitamin D deficiency can lead to high blood pressure, and we know that that is a significant COVID risk, for example. So a lot of diseases of civilization, cancer of the colon, ischemic heart disease, a lot of these do seem to be related to low levels of vitamin D. And also reduced protection against infection. COVID fatality rates correlate with the elderly who might live in a facility where they don't get out very much. The elderly do tend to stay at home a lot. They don't get the sunlight, therefore they are lower in vitamin D. And we know from large-scale epidemiological studies that older people are lower in vitamin D, as are people with dark-coloured skins. Because the darker the colour of the skin, the more slowly you will make vitamin D. And we know that people with darker coloured skins living in a particular latitude in North America or north of England or wherever it is, darker coloured skins people do have lower levels of vitamin D. Comorbidities, well, COVID fatalities correlate with comorbidities, but there again, as we've just noticed, a lot of comorbidities correlate with low levels of vitamin D. So what is the absolute prime cause then? Of course, vitamin D levels go way down in winter.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope what I said has helped. I hope that I've convinced you to start taking vitamin D. Did you know in the UK that we're suggested to supplement vitamin D from birth? Because where's the sun? It's only here for a short few months of the year. The clouds are out. We're not getting any vitamin D. So start taking it. When I spoke to my specialist nurse for my inflammatory bowel disease, she actually said that most patients come in and are completely deficient in vitamin D. And if they did supplement vitamin D, they'd be far less likely to have extreme flares. So think of it as a down payment on your future. Take the vitamin D now for a better tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the next video.